Sure. My name is Zeke Zelker. I'm from Easton, Pennsylvania. I'm a filmmaker where I'm working on a transmedia project called the Great WTYT 960 Billboard Sitting Contest. Yeah, I was actually invited in '97 at the Producers Lab way back when. What got me invited there was actually the ability to actually make money doing it on my own. Not getting a distributor or anything like that, but literally retaining the rights. And so I was kind of like one of those original first breeds of DIY distributors. They wanted me to come and teach other people about it. And since then, I've had a couple of films that have been there. Most recently, the first transmedia project there called Pandemic. Sure. The Great WTYT Billboard Sitting Contest it's a transmedia project. It's actually, there's multiple components to it. It revolves around a feature film primarily. But we've actually started it about 2 years ago where we created a website called WTYT960.com, which is a virtual radio station. And so bands from all over the world have actually submitted to the station. There's close to 500 bands on there now, which we were not expecting, quite honestly. This is basically the portal, the jumping off point for the entire project. And I firmly believe in the idea of having people collaborate with me and also then giving them an opportunity to promote themselves. So for instance, the more frequently that a band promotes themselves on their social networks, the more frequently they play on our playlist. It's not about us, it's about them promoting themselves, because a lot of artists don't realize that they really have to promote themselves to be successful. So that's basically the jumping off for the project. Now we're going to the second phase of it, where we're asking people, anybody, to create a video stating why they'd be a good Billboard sitting contestant. They submit their video, we aggregate their social media to create their profile, and then that's literally how I'm casting the film. Well, part of the way is how I'm casting the film. So we're going after some named people, we're doing it this way, and I'm going to be going on tour in May to 10 different cities around the country based on the video submissions. So I literally am going to be auditioning these people live. We load in for a web series that we're going to be doing, and that web series is live from the Billboard Sitting Contest. So it's literally, it's a solar-powered video feed where people can basically tune in every day. There's going to be at least 60 episodes. There's going to be probably more than that. And the interesting thing that I'm really working on is the audience engagement interaction with the media that I'm creating. For instance, the audience can actually interact with the characters, which will then change an episode in the future. So I'm doing a lot of things with this whole idea I'm doing a lot of things with the idea of social engagement, the audience actually empowering them to actually change story. We shoot the feature film, which is more so about the radio station hosting the contest. And then after that, we're actually doing an interactive play, where right now we have Bucks County Playhouse booked, and we're looking to go into New York for 4 weeks with it. And so the web series and the play are both from the vantage point of the contestants' survival on a billboard. So it's kind of like a very interesting thing. So also too is we deal with a lot of brands, brand integration, because it's a radio station hosting a Billboard City contest. So there's a lot of different opportunities for a lot of different sorts of people to get involved. And the big thing that's the underlying theme of the entire project is giving back. What ends up happening in the story is where the Billboard City contestants, the radio station has to shut down feeding them because of squatters' rights, quite honestly. And so the idea of it is then the community has to rally around the Billboard City contestants for survival. So it's kind of apropos for what we're also then doing, where the main asset of the entire project is the main billboard. We're then going to be auctioning that off to the highest bidder, and that money will end up going to Feeding America.
Awesome.
That was a long-winded response, but I just got it all in one shot.
How Catalyst found you?
Sure, absolutely. Through Adam Newhouse. Adam invited me to speak at Savannah Film Festival this past fall on transmedia, because I'm kind of like one of the pioneers of this entertainment. And it's so based on that is he basically put me into the pool, and that's how I pretty much ended up here. I really actually like the the container park of all things. I've always thought about this whole idea of using containers for different things, and that I find interesting of like what their use of it is, that's one of the interesting things. And also too is just like the idea of bringing these artists and creative types together and see what the hell happens. You don't know. Wait till tonight. So. I've never been to Vegas.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny because I'm not a gambler, and the whole TNA thing's not me at all. And so it's kind of cool that like there's kind of like two Vegases going on, where the artists are downtown and like all the other stuff's on the other side of town, which is really, it's cool for me, so, because my wife really wanted me to come to Vegas with her at some point, so I can still have that experience with her then. An original experience with her. Community. The idea of it's a matter of using your own personal resources for the common good. I do that a lot personally with I do this thing called Lehigh Valley Art Wars where I support artists, and we're always constantly giving back. I'd rather there's a line in the play version of it, it's like I'd rather push people up than push them down. Pushing people up basically means that you have to have the broad enough shoulders to basically for them to step up to be able to achieve their own goals. It's not all about you. Although, a lot of times with creative types, we actually get people have the wrong impression of us. It's about me, 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 me. It really isn't. A lot of us actually all get back. And that's something that actually more people should kind of be aware of, because we do collaborate, we cross, pollinate and everything else, and just a matter of like people really kind of understanding what to be creative means.